인터넷 중독 증상을 치유해 나가는 곳. 우리는 이곳에서 인터넷 중독 치료와 관련해 꾸준한 연구를 해온 아동 심리학자 힐러리 캐시의 모습을 발견할 수 있었습니다. 그리고 이곳에서 만난 그의 동료 코세트는 이렇게 이야기합니다.
That's something we think about is how much has their brain been wired to technology. Game comes out on the market. Would they rather be online versus engaging with the family? A lot of times they might not be spending time with the family doing family activities or with peers of their own age. Sometimes they spend a lot of time engaged with friends, their virtual friends, and not necessarily doing anything with it in real life.
그렇다면 이러한 사례를 발견할 수는 없는 것일까요? 우리는 미취학 자녀들에게 인터넷 교육을 실시하고 있다는 몇몇 부모들을 찾아가 보았습니다. 그들은 왜 가정에서의 교육을 소중하게 생각하는 걸까요?
Mostly caring about what they're doing with their time as much as we care about what we do with our time, and just always wanting to be a part of what they're doing, knowing what they're thinking about. We care what's going in their minds, and we know that what goes in will come out.
Well, the parents model to some degree for the children what is appropriate behavior. So if the parents are watching TV all the time or playing on the computer, they should expect their children to be watching TV all the time and playing on the computer. That's considered now normal. If they're instead spending time with their kids, going outside, doing things, bringing them to events, then you have a different sort of modeling that's much more based in the real world, not the virtual world.
Well, I think it's important because we have the most influence on our own kids. And so we help mold them and teach them what is right and what is wrong and how to set boundaries. And that comes from us, the parents of the children. And we actually spend the most time with them from birth to age 18. They're out in the world with their friends and families, but really in the home is where they are taught the lessons and what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate.
자녀와의 상호작용을 무엇보다도 중요시하는 그들.
You have to be the participating parent. You have to be the one. If you're not, they're not.
Because in the very early years, what children need is to be talked to, interacted with by parents and other people who care for them, so that they develop attachment, a feeling of a strong, loving bond with those caregivers. And children who have that strong and loving bond in the early years do much better throughout their lives. But children who grow up in a family where the parents simply place their kids in front of the screen as a babysitter, or parents who themselves want to be in front of a screen rather than interacting with the child, that's a child who is not going to develop the good attachment that a child needs.
So there really needs to be some parental monitoring of what they're doing, who they're doing it with, when they're doing it, and set some boundaries around the amount of time they can do that. Days when there's no technology, technology-free days, technology-free weeks, where the child would be engaging in different things.
적극적인 부모의 역할은 자녀의 인터넷 활동에도 많은 변화를 가져다 줄 겁니다. 우리는 올바른 인터넷 활용 교육에 관한 가능성을 바로 이 점에서 찾아볼 수 있는데요. 그렇다면 가능성을 현실로 만들어줄 해법들에는 어떤 것들이 있을까요?
Parents, in order to control that, need to not have computers or televisions in their children's bedrooms, have them